and welcome to a very special Christmas episode of the GingerTalks podcast. My name is Ginger Snaps, and joining me, as always, is Druid.
Happy Yuletime, Ginger.
Happy happy holidays, whether you're a Christmas person or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Happy holidays, Druid.
Yeah, happy holidays. What a time to be alive. Here we are. The Omicron variant is rife in the air.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm not letting that destroy my Christmas cheer or diminish my enthusiasm for recording tonight because, you know, we've got to give people something to shoot for, something to enjoy, and here we are. Bit of an absence.
Yeah.
But we move.
Yeah. With everything that's been going on the last few months, this little break in the podcast, as much as I've missed it, it's been good for me to help me get caught up and get back to where I needed to be. But god damn, do I miss this.
Yeah, I mean, week to week, just it being a fixture, and with all the wonderful guests we've had so far, to not have that has been hard, but I'm with you. Like, real life stuff gets in the way or needs to be moved forward.
Yeah.
And that's been cool as well. But to be back here, fantastic. To our millions of listeners at home, I thank you for returning to the Ginger Talks podcast.
Absolutely.
And being, yet another swath of freeform conversation to your ears, courtesy of a Twitch stream that, let's be honest, is doing well in recent weeks.
It's been going quite well. Those who are from the stream know that I've been running a charity event this December, and we are, at time of recording, our current amount raised is over $6,000, and run until the end of the month. And it's just been insane. We've had big donations, we've had big raids, we've had all sorts of stuff, and planning a charity event of this magnitude has been insane to try to do.
Yeah. And with an organization like Stand Up to Cancer, a very worthy cause, but then also really well established, have been going for a long time. That's a big step forward as well, just having them back in what you're doing.
Yeah. So I have a contact at Stand Up to Cancer now. And they're blown away every time I come back and I'm like, yep, so these are our numbers right now. And they're just like, what? So, I mean, we had an anonymous donor that was matching the first $3,000 that was raised, and that donor match came through and gave that match, and seeing that number come across the screen just made my heart fall out my butt. I just didn't... It's so surreal. Anonymous donor matches are things that, Twitch partners get, and YouTubers with, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. It's insane.
Yeah, it's wild. It feels like you're about to erect the Ginger Snaps hospital wing somewhere.
It's not that much money.
Well, $6,000 to me seems like enough to make such a difference.
Yeah.
Which is what this is all about. And I suppose this podcast will come out just in time for people to keep donating to that cause.
Yeah.
And, it's something that's going to touch all of our lives, whether we like it or not. Well, of course we don't like it, but,
right.
It's something that touches all of us at some point, whether it's to ourselves, to our loved ones and friends, and just to know that if you gave 40 cents to this cause over the charity stream, then just know you've made a difference, and that's what counts.
Yeah. It's, I know we're starting off a little bit more serious, a little bit more somber, but I mean, cancer is something that affects everybody. I like to pick causes to support that affect everybody in some way, shape, or form. Mental health, LGBT rights, because a gay person whether they are open about it or not. Like, that's just it is what it is. Someone who's part of the alphabet family, whether whether they're open about it with you or not. And like, cancer affects everybody in some way, shape, or form. Whether you are someone who unfortunately gets diagnosed, a family member, a friend, whatever. Everybody is affected by cancer. And so an organization like Stand Up to Cancer it meant a lot that I got to do this for them. And like, we're raising big money. I have incentives planned all the way out to $15,000 because it's just that, like,
I mean, it could get there.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not saying that it will get there, but it could get there. And the fact that it even has a chance of getting there is a real testament to probably everyone that's listening, because the people that listen to the podcast based on the stream are typically people that get involved. So just on behalf of myself, I want to thank everyone for the generosity so far. Has been just really inspiring.
I can't thank everybody enough. People from stream, people who find it randomly, people who just listen to us. If you can hear my voice, just thank you. Like, it feels so unreal. Like,
Yeah.
because do you know the number that has been raised in an entire year by my community?
I know the rough figure. We've talked about that, but let's share it because I think it will stagger some people. I think it will surprise some people.
So I went back and I did the math, and we're roughly at $20,500 raised for charity. Whether it's something I've been involved in and my community has supported it, or my community has been involved in, or just a random, like, hey, you know what? All the money I make in a day is going to go to this charity. Like, we have, as a community, raised $20,000. And it's just, it's huge to think that someone, we know the numbers of our viewership or our listenership. I know what my viewership numbers are on Twitch. My Twitter ain't that poppin'. Like, so a community this small shouldn't, by all rights, be able to raise the money that we've raised, but we have.
Yeah. So just thanks for your generosity. It means a lot. We're out here changing lives. If you can believe it.
Yeah.
Keep giving. But even if if you don't have the money to give, just know that even your presence here, be it listening to the podcast, going into a stream, anything like that, is helping support and motivate people to give more, because Twitch is based around having a strong community. And the more people that are active in that community, the more people watch and the more people get involved. So even, dropping a message saying something constructive or chaotic, by extension of that, unconstructive, you know, everything is making a difference. It's all going to a positive place, and to be a
Yeah.
part of that is a really cool thing as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, thanks everyone.
And we talk about milestones and stuff. We're going to do another live podcast recording because that was my original goal for fundraising was $3,000. And at that $3,000 mark, we were going to do a live podcast recording.
Which can I say, I was very flattered. I was very flattered that that was the part of the top end of the goal.
Well, yeah. I mean, that I think is kind of my new like benchmark for like, hey, we're doing a charity thing. Because people loved the live podcast recording when we were recording it live. Like that
Hmm.
was so much fun. But to to do it again because that was such a fun thing. Like you were instantly just like, yes, absolutely we can do it. And we came, I was planning with the wonderful ADD toaster because I had to fulfill a charity agreement with him. And so I went to go see him and hand deliver a painting. And we were planning and we were talking. And he said, "What about doing an in person podcast?" And I said, "I love that." Because Druid and I have talked about meeting up. So what if we set that as a milestone so it's something that the community and the podcast can keep us,
Yeah.
keep us to? And, obviously we have to be mindful of COVID and COVID numbers and travel safety and, all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know, we will.
When that will be, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But if that goal is hit, it will happen. And logistically, going one way or the other, we'll see which works best.
Mm-hmm.
But it will happen, and we'll stay true to our word.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
expect chaos from it, though.
Oh,
Let's be honest.
absolutely. If we hit $10,000, Druid and I will, when it is safe, meet up and do an in-person podcast recording, which in and of itself is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Like, but on top of that, we'll be meeting each other face to face for the first time. We recorded an entire season of a podcast and played so many games together. And we've never met face to face. We've seen each other a little bit on camera and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be a real trip, to be honest.
Yeah. So,
Because, believe it or not, I'm a real flesh and blood human being.
what? You're not a lizard?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm a very good AI. But we will make good on that.
Yeah.
When it's right to do so, we'll make good on it.
Yeah.
So keep them coming in. If you're a fan of the podcast, $3,800. If you've got it in your bank account, you could make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at $3,768 to get there.
And if it doesn't get there, screw you, listener at home.
No.
No. Not to devalue anything I've just said. But, no, it'd be wonderful to get there. If we don't get there, I'm sure at some point we'll have another crack at it and see if we can make it happen. Just because it'd be nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, I mean, things have been kind of crazy. And, leading up to the holidays, holidays are just chaotic. Like,
yeah,
the shops are insane. everybody's trying to travel, and now with COVID on top of it, it's a goddamn nightmare.
And nobody knows what they're doing. We might end up. I mean, I don't know what you guys are saying over there, but it's starting to look like we're going to end up locked down again over here.
Ugh. We're
Um,
not really going to lock down again. I don't think. If we do, it's going to be for a week or two. It's not going to be anything crazy.
yeah, so we're staring down the barrel of basically locking down for 2 weeks right after Christmas.
I
They've said,
mean,
let's do a let's do a circuit breaker, whatever that means. Um, but yeah, they're saying that we're going to have to lock down for 2 weeks right after Christmas. So that's New Year's fucked.
I mean,
All my gig tickets are carrying over for another 4 months, which means my ticket for Funeral for a Friend that I bought now 2 years ago is getting carried over
oh my
even further.
God.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But can I just say, this is not what you're tuning in for, so I guess. People don't come here for a taste of serious reality, I think.
Nah, that's why, like, I don't go home for Christmas. Like, there's Christmas traditions in my family of, like, uh, getting together and doing stuff, but we never did it on the holiday itself. So for
Oh,
me, yeah, like, so my parents divorced when I was real young. Shock. Uh, but
okay.
my parents divorced when I was really young. So they would alternate what year they got to have Christmas on Christmas Day. And even then, my mom, like when she was married to her second husband, it was, oh, stepdad's 8 million kids are all going to be at their significant other's, parents' house for Christmas Day. Why don't we do Christmas 2 days after?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And by the
So,
way, 8 million kids. Are you Catholic?
no, he might have been.
he
Like,
might.
he
He might have been.
he had at least four that we knew, one that we didn't know, two he was paying child support on, but he still claimed weren't his. Like, bro, wrap it before you tap it. Come the fuck on.
Yeah, come on, sheath,
Dude.
sheath your sword.
I just,
Absolutely.
I didn't fucking get it, man. Like,
Yeah, well, sexual drive is a crazy thing,
right?
and especially in stepdads.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Mm.
Why does the word step automatically just make someone just like raging horny? I don't get it.
It's absolutely disgusting.
You're
Um,
welcome.
yeah, I'm actually lost for words. No, because it makes things acceptable to the fetishists.
Apparently.
Yeah, you're my stepmom.
Ugh.
I've not finished my homework.
Stop it. No.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's just that. Well, I don't subscribe to it. That's a straight mute. I'm your stepmom, though.
Oh
Yeah.
God, no.
Yeah, well, this is the part the pornos miss out. Is like, I'm your stepmom. When am I gonna have you for Christmas? You're like, not till next year.
Well, but that's so like it departing away from the porn. Uh fucking
Finally.
finally, God. Like, so Christmas was always just wild to me, and Thanksgiving was the same way. We didn't really do a whole lot as a family for New Year's. Like, yeah, my dad would go to his buddy's place who was having a party, and everybody else would be drunk as adults, and I'm sitting there as a teenager just fucking bored because I didn't have a cell phone.
Yeah.
Like, and we're out in the
Is
middle
it?
of fucking nowhere, so it didn't matter.
Well, is there somewhere I can get some reception down here?
Oh my god, dude. When I did
Yeah.
finally get a cell phone, oh, I had to go walk up the hill to go send a text message.
I always remember my phone stopping working around midnight because so many people are sending text messages.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I would get it like a Happy New Year from my cousin like an hour later.
I didn't get a cell phone until I was 18. So there wasn't even really any of that. And by that point, it was free texting in your own network. Like eh, kids nowadays, I sound so old, but kids nowadays don't understand their parents coming into their room and going, "I thought you said Jerry had Verizon. Why am I being charged for 15,000 text messages?" And you're just like,
Yeah,
"Oh, oops."
I remember whenever I used to like talk to a girl in high school, it used to cost 10 pence a message,
Oh god.
and I would have to like we would like text all day, and then I'd be like, "Hey, my credit's about to run out, so I guess I'll talk to you at school." Never did. Never did, by the way. Guess I'll talk to you at school. Guess I'll awkwardly glance at you at school.
Right?
And like, hey there. And then like look at her laughing at me in a group of her friends going, this guy texts me all day.
I
And
remember
not
borrowing friends' cell phones and getting my friends in trouble.
I remember borrowing my mom's phone and texting like, possible suitors when my credit ran out, and having to feverishly delete the conversation after.
Right?
And like, Mom, you're not seeing this. And like, I'm literally just talking about, Dragon Ball Z. But I didn't want her to see me talking about spirit bombs.
Yeah.
Because like she'd be more ashamed to see that than to see I was sexting.
Yeah. I remember.
You said what to this girl?
Are you a nerd?
Yes, Mom. What are you and Dad gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Mm.
I
But
never.
I remember my grandmother used to watch anime with me.
Oh, that's
And
fucking baller.
pretended for at least 5 years that she liked Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh my god.
And she was fucking born during the war. Like, yeah, like, and I'm subbed, not dubbed.
Yeah.
So she's hearing those like original, like sweet Japanese voice lines.
Uh-huh.
She's looking at me going, "Well, if he likes it, I've got to pretend I like it." And that is fun. That's love.
That's fucking love right there, man.
Yeah, because that's a hard watch. It's like Neon Genesis Evangelion with your grandmother.
Dude, it's with the grandmother that just makes it fucking baller. Like,
Yeah. It's like, oh, there's exposed breasts on screen. Grandma, look away.
look away.
I'd
Virgin eyes, Granny.
Yeah. Please, please focus in on this psychological exploration of depression instead.
I fucking love that.
And like Then she would scold me after, and she'd be like, "Kesatsunade onenowinida," which it Japanese roughly translates as "the police are my bitches."
That's fucking...
Dead silence.
Oh my god.
Kesatsunade onenowinida.
It's because it sounds so much better in Japanese. Let's be real here.
Yeah, well, doesn't everything? Kyoto shetiaru.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Sincerely hope nobody speaks Japanese that listens in. If you're a Japanese listener, can you please give me more than the 2 phrases I know? Or can I say the 3 Watashi wa druid knowledge?
Oh shit. Fuck. So yeah, I mean, we didn't do a lot for the holidays. And like, yeah, we would go see the grandparents who lived like 3 hours away, but it wasn't like something we did every year or anything like that. So for me, I'm like, okay, I could do something for Christmas, and I am doing something for Christmas on stream, but it's a big old fat secret. But like I live I live 10 hours away from family at a minimum. And this is the first year I haven't worked retail on the holidays. So it's like, you know what? Omicron is doing its thing. I'm gonna wait another year to come home for Christmas. We cool? We cool. Like,
absolutely. It's not, our governments aren't telling us explicitly not to go down and visit family. But come on, if you know what's going on right now, there's no harm in eating a turkey dinner by yourself.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
And it's one thing if you're fully vaccinated and you've taken all these precautions and you're doing all that kind of stuff. And like, I get it. Some people can't be away from their families for that long. Some people just don't care. But it's like, for me at this point, I'm like, no, there's a baby. I'm gonna keep the baby safe. Bye, family. I'll see you eventually. Like, it's just, I feel better in my conscience. So I'm gonna stay here for my birthday and for Christmas, and we will do something fun and ridiculous on stream, because why the fuck not?
Music to my ears.
I mean, did you guys do anything fun and special for Christmas?
Well, not really. And there are reasons for that. So, frequent listeners to the podcast will know that I'm technically Scottish, not English. Important distinction. But me, my mum, and my dad are the only members of my family in the country that are in England. The rest are in Scotland. So Christmas for us, and as a add-on to that, my parents almost have this kind of weird pride about the fact that they don't really celebrate Christmas.
Interesting.
So they have this like curmudgeonly chip on their shoulder where they say like, we're not into that shite. Part of that I think comes from, the closest members of our family are about 6 hours away.
Yeah.
But so Christmas for us looks like 3 people sat around a dinner table wearing party hats, not talking.
Yeah.
Because we see each other every other day of the year. It's no different.
Yeah.
And especially since I've turned vegetarian,
Yeah.
you know, in the last 5 years or so. The meal was the one thing we could share in, and now I'm there uh, making meat-like substitutes out of wheat and flour, and they think I'm a psychopath.
Yeah.
So that's what, and that's what Christmas has 9 times out of 10 looked like for us. Just three people eating tomato soup as a starter and eating a traditional meal together, and then pretending that we've still got room for dessert.
Yeah.
But
I mean, so here's the thing though, is you guys know that's just what you guys do now. Like you don't make it into something that it's not. It's not
yeah,
like, oh gosh, we've done so much and we've cooked all this meal and blah 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 blah. It's just like, nah, we're just sitting around, kind of. It's just another day. We might do something a little nice, a little special for someone, but that's about it.
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
okay. Like, my roommate is one of those people who decorates for every holiday. So the fact that I didn't throw away my Christmas tree when we moved, and I kept my Christmas ornaments and I kept my tree, like, meant that she got to have a Christmas tree up this year.
Oh, that's it.
And I was like, yeah, go ahead. Because I don't like decorate really. Because my mom, the day before we would have Thanksgiving or we would have Christmas at our house, she would be cooking, putting together the fake tree, decorating the fake tree. We'd have a stand up comedy special on, and half the time she's drinking at the same time. So, like, it's just a clusterfucking chaos.
Yeah, which let's be honest, has its own charm.
Right.
It's funny in our kind of society, our epoch, our moment in time. I feel that like we almost have a sadistic love of like dramatic moments,
Hmm.
and Christmas just fucking delivers that for so many people.
Oh, yeah.
The chance to say Uncle Frank was a complete dickwad, and then we can talk about it for the rest of the year.
Right. It's like, oh my God, do you remember at
Yeah,
Christmas when Uncle Terry just said the most horrendous
uh,
things to Aunt Linda? It's like,
uh,
what the fuck?
uh, yeah, and like I'm not someone that subscribes to that, but I think so many people do. I
Hmm.
think there's almost a perverse enjoyment of Christmas for a lot of people of that aspect.
Yeah. And I, the holiday and like the day of the year itself doesn't necessarily matter to me as much as it does, like, hey, I got to do something cool with some people that I know. I'm happy with
Hmm.
that. Like, so I'm, like I said, I'm doing something special on stream. I didn't stream last year on Christmas. I think I subscribed to my standard Christmas tradition since moving away from the family, and that was getting pizza and watching adult content until I took a nap.
Oh my goodness!
Like,
All
just
right.
as dumb as it is, because it wasn't even like anything about like sexual gratification. It's just like, what kind of dumb shit is there on here? Like, what kind of dumb shit can I find?
Well, and you know that they're catering like a bunch of Santa themed weird shit
Oh,
now.
yes. And I nap and then I wake up and I watch something else and then
Right back to the adult content.
it's like, cool. Oh, we're cracking the pizza box open. What's on that site again? Where did I stop? What's going on?
Yeah. Well, it to my ear, it sounds like you're trying to be candid, but still not letting out that you fucking love it.
You know, here's the thing. I have friends who have done porn. I've been on sets with them. Like, I.
Disclaimer: this is not how I saw this going.
So, like, for me, I'm just like, oh, yeah, it's some porn. Cool.
Yeah.
Like,
What? So you're going? Oh, that would have been much better with a wide angle.
I mean, sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, why did you do that shot? But okay. But I just like for me it's not like I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna go watch some porn. It's like, okay. Like this is if I could find the dumbest thing to do, one of the things that appears to be the most sad things that you could do on a holiday, but just make it my own and not give a fuck. That's what I did.
Oh my goodness! I mean, had a very different Christmas journey to yourself. Maybe I'd watch The Grinch. Porn. The best thing about porn is the music.
Mm-hmm. Well, and
because fucking slap bass.
Oh, porn music is phenomenal, and the bad acting that goes along with it. It's like, what? Where? What? Who are you?
So I've got a very vivid memory of finding a VHS tape under my parents' bed when I was a child.
Oh no!
And it was like, obviously it was pornography. It had the most hilariously inept gun shootout scene afterwards.
Oh no!
I was like, Sergio Leone westerns have nothing on this. Like, Star Wars has nothing on this right now, what I'm saying.
Well, and it's like some of these porn actors have the same acting ability as Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
Like, you're tearing me apart, Lisa. Like, it's like, what? Yeah. What is this?
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god. I absolutely love The Room.
It just, I can't, like, I haven't seen The Room all the way through, but I've seen enough bits and pieces that I've basically seen the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's on my list of, like, this is something essential that I just need to watch. But it is, it is what it is. I'll get there eventually. But
so I've actually seen the film made by the guy that was living with Tommy Wiseau.
Oh god.
Greg Sestero. I went to a screening of the film he directed in my city with my girlfriend. Oh, and no. I met Greg Sestero at the screening.
Oh my god.
And he does the greatest Tommy Wiseau impression you have ever heard in your life.
Oh god, living with the man, you have to be able to, like, oh, he's so memeable.
I always, the thing with Tommy Wiseau, I always worry so much because so little is known about his past. Nobody knows how old he is, where he came from, or anything like that. And it just worries me that he's super creepy.
Oh yeah,
because he obviously is.
Well, so he's been acting and stuff sort of recently.
For everyone at home, I'd really recommend the Best Friends, and the R in Best Friends is in brackets because it's Best Friends, Best Fiends. And Directed by Greg Sestero of The Room, includes Tommy Wiseau in a role where he steals people's gold teeth, their dental scraps,
Oh.
from their dead bodies for money.
Mm-hmm.
He's like an undertaker, and that's his side gig. He steals if they've got a gold tooth and they come into his like mortuary. He steals the gold tooth, and they get a plot to sell those for money. It is absolutely fantastic.
Oh no. So I'm looking so Best Friends, yes. Big Shark he's director, producer, writer, and an actor.
Right, so that one is a YouTube trailer only. It's not an actual movie.
It's in post production according
Oh
to
my god! So they're
fucking
making it.
Wikipedia. So it was supposed to be
Oh,
released in 2019 and it did not get like something
huh?
happened. And there's an
Yeah.
untitled UFO film that's in pre-production that he's in.
Oh, so you're tearing me a shark, Lisa.
It's a Greg
Uh,
Sestero film.
oh, right.
Oh no. So uh take me no, I want to Tommy Wiseau's IMDb, please, for the love of God. Oh, have you seen a picture of him recently?
Yeah, he looks like a melted candle.
He looks like if all the drugs caught up to Keith Richards.
But well, they
They're starting to.
have you seen Keith Richards lately?
No.
He looks like one of the Ents in Lord of the Rings.
Oh my God. So
Yeah, did you see the thing about Keith Richards? Sorry, before we move on, he got in trouble about 10 years ago because his father died, and
oh.
he snorted his father's ashes.
No.
Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah, I'm gonna snort him. It's what he would have
Oh,
wanted.
fuck.
That's like cannibalism, man.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So, Big Shark is currently being filmed.
I can't believe that's being made real.
It's in technically according to the Wikipedia, it's in post-production. Now, what is this? Ah, here it is. Fright Fest. Greg Sestero talks Cyst, which is oh my god. So the UFO movie is called Cyst.
Disgusting.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Cyst.
Oh my god. I am
See,
so happy that I found that.
if the tagline isn't cease and desist,
Oh my
I'm gonna be
god.
pissed off.
Dude, why is that like what? He has credits as a costume designer.
Can I say though, uh, after having met Greg Sestero, he fully realizes like what the room is, what he's doing now is, and he is just an affable and funny as fuck guy. And he like so. This Best Friends movie, for example, is in two parts, and this screening showed both parts with the break in the middle where he gave a talk and a question and answer session.
Mm-hmm.
And he fully just went up and admitted to the whole crowd, he was like, yeah, well, halfway through writing the script, I took a bunch of edibles, and this is what it is.
Oh my god. This movie Cyst came out in 2020.
Yo, watch party coming soon.
Oh my god, but I don't see him credited. But oh my god. I can't. Oh my god.
So the second part of Best Friends has this character called Uncle Rick,
Mhm.
who's this like they kind of go into the deep south
Oh God.
with the money from these dental scraps, and this guy, Uncle Rick, is this kind of middle-aged, used to play college football. The guy must be in his early to mid 60s
Okay.
and is ripped and gives possibly one of the shockingly greatest performances I have ever seen. It is magical. There's like a dream sequence where Greg Sestero's character is like knocked out, and the Uncle Rick character, who used to play college football, is stood shirtless in all of his like early to mid 60s glory with fucking rock hard abs, throwing footballs at a target at the side of the house and breaking them when he throws the football at them. And it is absolutely fantastic. Anyone that can hear my voice, if you can watch Greg Sestero's Best Friends, please do, because it is actually genuinely very entertaining. You've got to watch both parts. There's a scene where Greg Sestero and Tommy Wiseau have a fist fight on a cliff face above the ocean.
I love that.
There's so much to admire.
Oh, it's so good. I am like I love random trivia. I mean, that's one of the cornerstones of this podcast is we end up talking shit about somebody. It seems like.
Yeah. And since this is like looking back, I guess a bookend to the first season, we started with Matt LeBlanc.
Right?
Here we are talking shit on Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero. If you are a celebrity that is listening to this podcast, and I know you are, you're not safe.
No. That's fucking. Oh my God. I went down the rabbit hole of Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero on fucking Wikipedia because I wanted to know what Tommy Wiseau was up to. And here's the thing. You can't have great art and cinema and music and television without stuff that is maybe not as great. And the cult following that The Room has is one of those things where like you say, "Oh, hi, Mark," and everybody knows what you're referring to. Everybody.
Well, and part of that, part of why bad movies are so engrossing, and you know this. We watched Miami Connection.
Oh yes.
But part of the reason these films are so engrossing and so fun to watch is that the people that made them are so misguided.
Mm-hmm.
But Tommy Wiseau has this kind of meta-narrative about him where the character of who he is extends into the real world to the point where he's this curiosity. So here's what I mean by that. If you go on to Tommy Wiseau's official web store, you will see that Tommy Wiseau it will peddle the biggest load of shit products to you if you buy a DVD of The Room. So, for instance, if you go onto Tommy Wiseau's web store and buy a DVD copy of The Room, you'll find that there's all these packages that you can get where you get it with other products, and the other products can range from stuffed dolls. So, for example, they have a dog teddy bear, and it just says, "Buy The Room today, and you'll get a free doggy."
Oh my god.
He also sells underwear.
That's the first thing on his
So
splash banner of his
yeah,
website.
it's on the waistband of the underwear as if it was Calvin Klein.
Oh
He
my
also
god.
he also sells shell suit tracksuits,
Oh my god. The
and
image of the tank top
yeah,
uh on the site. Oh my god. You're
it
tearing me apart. Lisa. Oh my god, I
but
can't.
it adds to the mythos though, because the stuffed toy,
Right.
the underwear and the tracksuit, it definitely came off the back of a truck.
Oh, absolutely.
So like, where did that transaction take place?
Oh. This is free mask with any purchase awesome sale with a space between the words and the
Yeah.
exclamation points.
What?
What the fuck is that watch?
What? What? Yeah. What? Like fake Rolexes that you can get on there or something.
Tommy Wiseau neckties.
Mm. Where is he getting it?
I don't
And why?
know.
And why is he getting it? And all the items are discounted because obviously no one is buying a tracksuit.
Red and black backpack and free the room Blu-ray. Normally $60
Yeah.
on sale for 26. I feel like I'm at a digital listing of a street vendor on like the street of New York just
Yeah.
trying to sell you knockoff shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like he's got a couple of bongs.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's like in tourist areas where you get these like there's no storefront. It's just open plan. You walk
Yeah.
from the street, you go into the store. They sell like everything. They sell like bongs. They sell tracksuits.
Yeah.
They sell everything. Like that is what Tommy Wiseau's official store is.
I feel like I almost need to buy something from his store.
Yeah, get a free doggy.
Get a free doggy, get a free mask, and a free copy of The Room.
So yeah, yeah, buy buy the backpack, and the room is free. What the
Yeah.
what the fuck?
I love that he's got long johns and women's underwear.
Yeah, but if you look, not all of it's even branded. So where the
No,
fuck has it come from?
I don't know. Great unisex nylon jacket designed by Tommy Wiseau, only $23.99. Free The Room DVD or Blu-ray.
Yeah, yeah. So
What?
you're there for the room, but like you think it like what lizard brain is saying that oh well they'll buy the tracksuit,
I mean,
they'll buy the long johns.
I might have to buy one of these backpacks because oh my god, you can't get a backpack that cheap if it's at all any sort of quality. Because you're gonna pay. Oh my god. It's a poor quality picture, but Wiseau gear, Tommy Wiseau something in the USA. I can't read the entire label, but this backpack looks so bad.
Ah, you wear it on your back, you can't see it anyway.
Oh my god, this is so good. Posters. These are not posters. Not
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of them.
He's like printed them out.
This
He's
is
he's gone to Best Buy and Xeroxed it.
right before they kick him out for fucking.
Yeah, yeah. Like there's like a line behind him. He's like, I gotta make about 100,000.
Oh my god. Super sale unisex sweatpants plus free hoodie dog tag headshot plus and free mask.
Free math.
What? Yeah, he's giving away free N95 masks.
I mean,
Wait.
Tommy was crazy guy.
Did you see the jeans listing?
No, no.
So it looks like maybe three or four pairs of jeans, a copy of The Room, The Neighbors. These are Wiseau jeans, a mask, t-shirts. Oh my god.
Like, where is it? Like, where is he getting it?
I don't know, dude. And this is not Tommy Wiseau in these jeans. Like, who the fuck is wearing these?
Yeah, but The Room is the only movie he has ever made.
Oh,
Like,
this poor
actually
twink.
himself.
Yeah. There's some twink modeling these jeans, and I feel so bad for him.
A thumb twink. What?
Oh,
I love the way you say some twink.
I'm
Too real.
sorry. I'm
Too,
around the
it's like,
gays.
yeah, but it's like too real.
But you can't tell me that the kid in this picture is not gay as the day is long. I just
Uh,
fucking send, please. There we go. You can't tell me. It's
really eagerly awaiting this.
it's in the resources section. Oh. Oh my god.
Oh, what the fuck?
Right?
Oh no.
So this kid is modeling these jeans in all of these photos.
Yeah.
Uh
Yo, the sad thing about this is like he thinks this is his step to Broadway or something.
I don't know. And when you read the site, Tommy Wiseau jeans super holiday sale, $39.99, designed by Tommy Wiseau. Wow! Total 5 items as per page picture. Super sale ends March 31st. Note, we appreciate no return due to the price and value. If it doesn't fit, you can give it to your friends, etc. Thanks for your understanding. We'll do anything impossible to improve our customer service.
Oh my god, you can give it to a friend?
Yeah,
That is fucking hilarious.
Oh.
You can give it to a friend if it doesn't fit, fuck off.
Oh, and the size only runs a 30 waist, 30 length to a 36 waist, 34 length in the black jeans, and I bet you the blue jeans have even less sizes.
Well, they've obviously sold out, and they're not getting them back. They're not getting them back in because you can't return them.
Oh my god, this is so good.
But there's so many of these filmmakers, right, that do these bad movies.
Yeah.
Like, as I said earlier, we watched Miami Connection. You remember Y.K. Kim?
Oh god. God love him.
Like, couldn't speak a word of English.
No.
Yet decided to try and make a Hollywood film in which he was the star.
Right.
The guy everyone needs to check out is a guy called Neil Breen.
Okay.
So Neil Breen is a guy, I think he's like a roofer in his everyday life, but he makes feature films.
Oh god.
But he is always the main character. Always has like this kind of secret agent, I'm gonna save the world persona.
Oh my god.
So what I would urge you to do now, Ginger, is watch quickly the trailer for Neil Breen's film Twisted Pair.
The trailer's 4 minutes long that I found.
No way.
Yeah, the trailer I found is 4 minutes long.
Oh, that is awful. Well, I do apologize.
My name is Cade. I have an identical twin brother, Kale.
Oh god.
Then one day it all changed.
This guy's made
There was
about
a bright
5
light in the
movies.
sky, and time stood still. We were both selected.
And this is his most technically proficient.
Oh
Pure
god.
majesty of nature.
Programmable virtual reality. The corrupt version.
A limitless digital universe, connecting all shared virtual reality.
No.
Digital tribes. I miss what I never knew. I'll take you out to dinner.
Leave me alone. I have a boyfriend.
Let's have
Get
it.
out of my
Let's
face.
have a
Leave me
drink.
alone.
Let's have a drink.
Leave me alone.
Let's
I
have a
have
drink.
a boyfriend.
I'll meet
Get
you
out of my
back here
face.
at 8 o'clock. I miss my brother.
The
I'm
fake
with you.
beard.
Yeah, I know. And he's got
Programmable
like a
matter.
Jesus complex where
Whose
he like
biological
in all of his
mutant
films, he's
warfare
like a
plans
savior.
Must
Oh my
be
God.
stopped. Who am I? What am I?
It's a killer with unidentifiable DNA?
The energy is, you know, the film Mr. Burns made about himself in that Simpsons
Yes.
film festival.
This is exactly it. Oh my god.
In AI, fright and interest are not far from each other. Things can become real in your mind. I trust you completely, and you believe things you wouldn't ordinarily.
I've seen some of
Who's
his
there?
work before. This
So
is
there's a movie Neil Breen did
Justice.
called
Yes,
Double
sir.
Down, where he plays an ex-secret agent. Of course, Neil Breen casting himself in that role,
obviously.
who can just do everything. And he's got a car in the desert, and in the trunk of his car
This is
he
where
has
we bring
about
you all
5
to
different
rock.
laptops, none of which at any point in the movie are turned on. That he's threatening to hack into government systems and release an anthrax virus to destroy capitalism.
Oh my god.
And during the course of the film, he keeps seeing visions of his deceased wife, who was killed by an assassin. And by the way, they have this scene where the wife is killed while they're canoodling naked in a pool. She gets shot, and he is so distraught by it, he starts floating in the pool. You can see his testicles in the shot.
Oh my god.
There is also the only thing, because this guy's like a nut, ex-government agent. All he eats is cans of tuna, and there is a scene in the film where he is driving on a desert road, eating tuna directly out of the can, whilst trying to work his laptop, which isn't turned on, in the passenger seat. And he is so consumed by eating the tuna out of the can that he almost crashes the car off the road.
What?
It's one of the beautifully most ridiculous films I have ever seen in my life.
Well, you've seen the one where it's the horrible acting that it's really bad acting where the wife gets like, or somebody gets shot by the car
Mm.
and they're just like bleeding out. Hold on, is this the one? Fateful Findings.
Yeah, that's yeah. I've seen near enough every movie this guy has done, by the way.
So Fateful Findings, this is the level of acting that I expect in my porn. Like,
Yeah, to bring it back around,
this is literally
this is Ginger's Christmas porno. In Fateful Finding, if I remember rightly, there's a scene where he gets knocked out and he spills his coffee on a laptop, and it is absolutely the most hilarious, like, fake fall over you have ever seen.
it's so
Because, as I said, this guy is a roofer by trade.
oh my god. Well, okay, so I found a video that is the best scenes of Fateful Findings. And the very first scene is the one you're talking about in the
Yeah.
video where he spills the coffee. And it starts with him picking up this coffee cup, and then it cuts to him holding it in a totally different way, just shaking like he's got Parkinson's, and it just suddenly hit him, which Parkinson's is a horrible disease. Like I
Yeah.
fully know that, but he's shaking just so heavily. And it doesn't make sense.
He's like literally the least charismatic and worst actor of all time.
Just so bad.
He has this like, and this is like the thing about bad movies is that, you know, there's a difference between someone trying to make it bad and it being bad by accident.
Mm-hmm.
And for it to be enjoyable, it always has to be by accident, I think.
Yeah.
And Neil Breen taps into that by virtue of the fact that he's a roofer. He makes these movies, but then it's like the wishful thinking that he makes himself the protagonist in all of these films, and he always had, you know, Fateful Findings. I think he's like a writer or something, like a world-class writer.
Yeah.
In Twisted Pair, he plays two roles. He plays a set of alien twins that are going to save the universe. In Double Down, the film I was talking about with the cans of tuna, he plays the world's most deadly secret agent that can either destroy or save the world. In fact, Double Down has a scene where he goes to a family home, and there's a child in that house dying of a cancer, and Neil Breen's character is able to cure the child of cancer with just like the stroke of a hand.
He's not Mr. Miyagi. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but that's what makes it great. It's just like that. Like, oh my god, I really want to be this guy. I am gonna make myself this guy.
Oh my god,
You know,
so good.
No matter how in bad taste it is. But anyway, we've been talking about bad movies for like the bulk of this Christmas podcast, which is like so not festive.
No, but here's the thing. Like, we all have our fucking like things. Like, I watch, like, my sister watches Elf, and she watches A Christmas Story. I watched the holiday episode of Supernatural, and then like maybe a horror flick, and then eat pizza and watch porn until I take a nap. Like, let's be real here. Like, it's not the most festive of Christmases, but this year I'm doing something a little different, which is super cool. But the holidays are what you make of them. And when I was first single after my divorce, that's what made me feel better. And it's just a thing that's kind of stuck. Like, it's something I can laugh about. I'm not doing it this year because, you know, I'm doing other things, but
So we want to talk about some like memorable Christmas memories.
Yes.
So the first time I got drunk in my life was on Christmas Eve, and I was 4 years old.
Oh my god.
So my parents had people over for, you know, like holiday like parties or whatever. And they were drinking what's known as baby sham. Have you got baby sham over there?
No.
So it's like, it's called Perrier. It's like a sparkling white wine, but it's like super palatable, really easy to drink. So apparently, what I did at 4 years old was someone hadn't finished their baby sham.
Oh no.
And I drank it out of the glass and thought it was absolutely delicious. So whenever anyone else had left their glass, I would go and drink that as well.
Oh my god.
And I got roaring drunk, and they didn't know what had happened until Christmas morning. Usually a day where I would have been super excited. I didn't want to get out of bed because I had my first hangover.
Oh my god.
And apparently I just threw up all day. And it took them really like a long time to realise that I had actually got absolutely out of my face drunk.
God
And
damn.
that was yeah. So that was the first drink, the first time.
Oh wow.
And
I remember we had one of the times that we ended up in we ended up at my dad's mom's house because she always threw giant Christmas parties and stuff. We I definitely remember getting my very first giant art kit, and then there was an explosion of glitter everywhere.
oh, fabulous!
Right? Like, I definitely remember, like, everybody's drunk. We didn't have enough chicken wings. Like, it was a lot. And I had played the same Dancing Santa, like, I don't even know how many times. And, my mom was like, fine, open up this big gift. And it was my art tub. And like it was just all these arts and craft supplies, and I think my mom regretted it so much after that.
Also, I love the energy of like, oh, for fuck's sake, she's shown an interest in the arts.
Mm-hmm.
For fuck's sake, just fucking open it.
Like, yep, you annoying little shit, let's fucking just get it over with.
Yeah, just fucking go paint in the corner, you asshole.
I mean, might as well. God damn, as crazy as I was.
Yeah, I was a crazy kid.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, very strange kid. Turned into an even stranger adolescent, to be honest with you.
Well, I was talking to someone about, like, you know, families picking on, like, the weird kid, like, who's kind of like the black sheep of the family. Like, I wasn't necessarily picked on by my family, but, like, my family still doesn't know how to talk to me because I'm an anime watching woman who is married to a woman who plays games on the internet for money.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and they're all like, well,
Yeah,
I
what
took
you-
Jerry over there down to the creek to go fish.
Yeah, why can you have been a real woman?
Oh,
I don't understand these Japanese cartoons.
yeah.
How about Duck Dodgers? How about you try that?
Right. And like that's the thing is like I was always the weird one. And so like I love that I now have like a gaggle of just equally like weird people, or maybe not quite as weird as me, who are just like, ah, yes, we feel safe here. And I'm just like, ah, yes, hello, come join the fold. We can do
Yeah.
things together.
Yeah, and like, let's be honest, that like, there's room at the inn.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know, I was always like super accepted by my family for being like a bit strange, but it was like everyone else didn't really fucking get with it. And then that made me realise that maybe the family were the strange part.
Yeah. And it's like, because I was talking about, if I had kids at some point and they were just like, hey, Mom, I really want to watch a show. All right, bet. Let's sit down. It can't be any weirder than the shit I watch. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, just one of those kinds of things where I'm like, yeah, kids, let's fuck it up.
I do sit and wonder about that. Like, I always say that about myself. Like, I'll sit and be, like, super understanding of everything because, like, I was a weirdo. But, like, working with kids has shown me I don't have the fucking patience for their bullshit interests.
I feel like it's different when they are your own. When you are the sperm donor. When you are, you know.
Well, I should fucking hope so. I'm not the nation's father.
Right. So it's like, I think it's different when the kid is your own. Like, my little sister, she watched shows that I absolutely hated, but I was like, absolutely, like, it's fine. Like, let's sit down and let's watch the same Disney Channel shows together. I don't really care. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair though, I worry because like I don't have a lot of patience for what like people my age are into even.
Yeah.
Because like people might have noticed this, listener at home, that I can be a grumpy fucking cynical piece of shit. You know, I'm here as someone that speaks on a podcast dedicated mostly to people that play video games, and I go like, video games are shit. So I do worry a little bit that maybe I'm too contrary. Maybe kids would soften me a little bit. I'm sure having kids would soften me a little bit. I don't know. I've got this kind of brain where I can't help but if I watch something, stop me if this sounds like a bit strange, but if I watch something, I sit there and I can't help but see the equation that went into making that thing. Like I can't unsee the strings of the puppet master.
Yeah.
And because of that, like I hate way too many things. Like I'm way too fucking like don't have the time for things.
I get what you're saying.
You know, we were talking to Lila earlier today, sections of which I will insert into this podcast.
Hey.
Apparently. If I've got the time, I will. But I don't like, for instance, Marvel movies. I just fucking hate them. Like I despise them.
Interesting.
And we're like, I think it's fair to say, operating in a sphere here where, if not 9 out of 10, at least 7 out of 10 of our listeners are going to be into Marvel. Just purely on the fact that it's part of the culture that we're involved in here.
Right.
And I do worry that sometimes that I'm maybe not accepting enough of things that I don't like, or things that don't necessarily like bleed into my sensibility.
Well, here's the thing is there's a space for everyone, every type of person. I mean, we just happen to click and gel, and there's things that you're into that I doubt would be of a whole lot of interest to me, but there's things that and same thing. There's things that I'm into that you're just like, I don't really give a fuck about this.
Well, to be honest, like I'm banking on me shitting on things is basically got an entertainment factor,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like, well, everyone loves a contrarian now and again,
Mm-hmm.
and like I'm banking so heavily on that right now. You don't understand.
Well, and if like, but that's the thing too, is I think that we've gotten close enough as friends that I can just be like, yo, dude, you're being like harsh in the steez on everything. Like, are you okay?
Well, thank God that's not had to happen yet.
Yeah, no.
I can read a room, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, just I guess what I'm saying. I'm such a contrarian that I worry that if I were to have kids, that sometimes I would maybe not be the most reasonable. I would be the guy that's constantly like, what is this anime you're watching? Watch Cowboy Bebop,
Oh, right.
for fuck's sake, because uh, they've not managed to make anything that good since in the medium.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah, because I'll tell you what, I don't know about you. Like anime has like grown this like quality where it's too clean.
Yeah.
Like anime is very like clean, and I miss that like aspect of it where it was like a bit like rawer, bit
Mm-hmm.
dirty. Like Cowboy Bebop has this like universe where everything's falling apart, and they're
Mm-hmm.
always struggling for the next meal, and it's kind of evolved into this thing where there's so many like bits of content and media around it where it like the lines are too clean. The way they draw eyes now
Yeah.
is like because they know there's a culture around anime.
Mm-hmm.
They draw eyes in this like super stylized way, and I'm just like, man, I miss when that was dirty.
Right. Well, and I watched the creator of Cowboy Bebop in the 6 years in between his television productions, it was Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo. In that
Yeah,
6 years of time, even then the style changed.
yeah, 100%.
And
And I'm sure Samurai Champloo is great,
oh, it's so good.
but I like there's something like I found it impenetrable when I turn it on. I can't like watch past a certain level. I really want to watch it. I really want to get into it because I love Cowboy Bebop. It was like such a big thing for me growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and not like I don't know. Maybe I should just like start knitting.
Well, the thing that I love about like his stuff, because in between Bebop and Samurai Champloo, he put out the Cowboy Bebop movie, and he put out the Animatrix,
Hmm. Yeah,
and Mind Game came out, but Mind Game and Samurai Champloo both had different styles, but Samurai Champloo still has. It's the last of the really kind of, I guess, dirty style of animation because it
yeah.
still has some of that hand drawn style and look to it where you
Hmm.
get past that. Like Ergo Proxy, which was one of his, he was a storyboard artist for Ergo Proxy, and I watched that show. He also did some stuff for Lupin the Third, but it just gets a little bit more of the clean digital drawing pad feel.
Yeah. It's funny you say that, because, like, actually hearing that, my gripe isn't with anime, really. It's with animation as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just of the wrong generation, though. Let's be honest. I'm just old as fuck, and I can almost hear like like an array of voices just going, "You're fucking wrong, Druid knowledge. Shut the fuck up," with everything that I say. It's the same with music. It's the same with films. It's the same with everything. I just like it being a bit like just almost a bit wrong,
Mm-hmm.
like that human element.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. I'm in such a, like, because looking at this, I watched normal shows, but I also watched a lot of anime. I watched, but I didn't watch a whole lot of live action shows, but I was also that kid that when the news came on at 5 and 6 o'clock, and then there was an hour break at 7, and then it was national news at 8, I watched The Simpsons all the way up until the news, and
Hmm.
then I watched watched the news all the way up until the sitcoms aired at 9, 10 o'clock, and then I'd go in my room and do whatever.
Yeah,
Like, I was not your typical TV watching kid either.
yeah, for sure.
So I also know that, like, I have a different, I think a lot of the shows that I watched growing up, um, kind of shape how I look and view some things. Because if you look at the central themes of, like, Cowboy Bebop, those are the same themes as Samurai Champloo, a futility, and things
Hmm.
like that. So, like, futility and just making the best of your surroundings. And that just ended up, like, I've been running with the mantra since December: find the good in everything.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll take that on board.
Like,
I'll take that on board. Yeah. Well, like after an hour of me saying that, like, I hate everything. This podcast has a story arc.
yeah.
Yeah, where, oh, okay, maybe I'll watch your new fangled animes. Maybe I'll finally get around to One Piece.
Fucking One Piece is gonna take you 12 million years because One Piece is fucking huge.
I can fuck off as far as I'm concerned.
Ah! There it is.
I'm not here to make friends.
I'm actually curious. One Piece TV series. How many? There's 20 seasons of One Piece. There are 1,004 episodes as of right now.
Well, so you heard it here first. The title One Piece is the biggest lie in media history. More like 1,004 pieces.
Fuck.
That's like worse than catching up with Game of Thrones.
Oh my god, I couldn't do it.
Oh my goodness.
It
Oh
started
well,
airing in 99.
which says everything, because like I was like pitching that like it was new.
Right?
Like I don't watch any anime made after 1997.
There's 15 One Piece movies.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, people at home, they're all shit. Save yourself one piece of your time and
yes.
watch something else.
Oh my god.
I just never liked pirates.
I tried to watch One Piece because I had read a whole bunch of the manga. Because I used to buy
Mm.
these like Shonen Jump.
Yeah. So that's where Dragon Ball Z was first published in the US, right?
Uh-huh.
Did
And
you used to get the mangas and like you have to read them backwards?
yes, I still actually have some manga on my bookshelf, and they are all read
Mm,
backwards.
yeah.
Like,
If they read forwards, they're poser mangas, everybody.
absolutely. No, because I can count, turning and looking at my bookshelf, I can count at least 5 mangas, and I can find actual novelizations of one, two, three different
What?
animes on my bookshelf that I've had
Oh,
forever.
I'm gonna do a personal call out here. If you like anyone that can hear my voice, if you at home have read a novelization of One Piece, can you please message me with a full review? Because there is absolutely no fucking way.
It's insane.
Like, what the novelization?
Yeah. It's actually a Ghost in the Shell novel. I have at least 2 Ghost in the Shell novelizations.
I'd probably read that.
Because they're actually pretty good. They're based in the TV show era
Mm,
of Ghost in the Shell. Now there's new Ghost in the Shell that's come out since I've seen it,
right.
since I watched last. So there's a new movie that came out in 2015. It still has Motoko and Batu and Togasa and all the typical from the TV show. Um that's out, and there's 2 new animated series, it looks like.
Jeez. I'd be interested to know if there are any. I've only seen the original movie, the not I want to say 95 anime film. Um,
Yeah,
in fact,
95.
yeah, as if I got that. Um, I watched that actually last week.
I need to watch it again.
Not ashamed to say, smoked a bowl, sat and watched it, and thought it was an absolutely just marvelous piece of art. I think Ghost in the Shell. It seems like it's one of those things. It seems passe to say it now. It seems so obvious that you shouldn't even bring it up. But what a great movie that is!
Yeah, I need to go back and rewatch it. And it looks like we're talking about the new versus old anime styles. The new Ghost in the Shell series is on Netflix, but I don't know if it's on US Netflix or
Mm,
somewhere else. But they've put out new Ghost in the Shell, which is just weird to me.
yeah. Well, I actually heard they're talking about bringing out an Akira anime series,
What?
which I'm totally there for because when I was a kid, and again, remember, if you think that I'm talking out of my arsehole here, people at home, remember that I'm probably, if you think I'm talking out my arsehole, I'm probably older than you.
Right.
That like watching Akira as a child was like a huge fucking deal.
Yeah.
To the point it became an obsession. It was actually my first like Akira fandom was my first foray into being like true nerd, where I would go on forums specialized towards
Mhm.
Akira and talk about the lore of it.
Yeah.
I've got all the mangas. I've got heavily collectible figurines
Mhm.
that I should probably fucking sell. so my girlfriend doesn't punch me in the mouth. Well, that scene from the 40-Year-Old Virgin where Steve Carell has to like sell his Superman toys.
Oh my god, yeah.
The Akira manga is so like there's so much more to it than there is in the movie. I would welcome a series with open arms. However, the fear that they would completely fuck it up
Right.
if it were made by Netflix is so real.
Well, so I just looked for that Ghost in the Shell show on Netflix. And it's on US Netflix, so that means I have to watch it. But I'm scrolling through. They've done a live action Bleach movie, which Bleach is another one of those shows that just never ended. There is an interesting one anime movie that is rated R that was put out on Netflix. MFKZ or Motherfuckers. That was good. I've seen that one. But scrolling down through here, I found
Ninja scrolling down here.
dude, Ninja Scroll was one of my favorites. So
yeah, I couldn't resist. Sorry.
Right? So they've got the regular Death Note, but they also have the live action Death Note. But I'm seeing like The Killing Joke, Code Geass, God Eater. Where was it? They made a live action Rurouni Kenshin movie.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, but I put it on my list and I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna see if it's any good.
Can I just say, Netflix is one of the worst things to happen to anime in recent times.
The only good thing it's done is brought accessibility to some of these animes.
But have you like they do redubs?
Yeah.
And they do the absolute worst redubs.
Yeah.
It's so half-assed. It's the Cyberpunk 2077 of redubs every time.
Well, there's just so many shows that, like, from my childhood, like, when Full Metal Alchemist was first coming to the United States, and it was first being played on Adult Swim.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. And I know that that's not one of those shows that everybody's like, yo, it doesn't follow the manga closely enough. It's just crap. Brotherhood is so much better. I haven't seen Brotherhood because I stopped watching anime for a while. So I didn't keep up with anything good. And now they made the Full Metal Alchemist movie, which I haven't seen. And I'm scared to.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know, I feel like Full Metal Alchemist, like back in the day, was given its like due diligence. It like was well respected. But over time, that love hasn't translated over to where we are now.
Right.
But I could imagine the movie just not having that level of care.
Yeah. Because I wanted, and actually recently debated a Full Metal Alchemist tattoo, because Full Metal Alchemist was one of those shows that I watched and it helped shape part of my youth.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be like, oh, it's just this little anime you might know called Full Metal Alchemist. It's like, no, this actually, like, it...
Yeah, it's legit. One of the biggest.
Yeah. So, you know, I definitely want to, you know, pay homage to something that helped really form some of my youth, but god damn, you know? Like,
You know, you say like anime, like formerly, like how you see things like going through life, and I wonder if part of what got me into like critical analysis of even literature and film and things like that. I wonder if that was like born from being a kid in the 90s and having all these anime VHSs with fucking horribly shitty dubs that don't explain what's happening in the story,
right.
and me having to work out what the fuck is going on.
Right.
Like that giving me that like uh detective brain
Yeah.
on things that I'm consuming, because I'm definitely sub not dubbed now. I used to be dubbed obviously as a child,
Mm-hmm.
but sub not dubbed, man.
Oh yeah. Well, and so watching Adult Swim, you only got exposed to just a small little section of what anime was.
Mm,
And so growing older and learning about more of what's out there, it's like, holy fuck. So the things like Pokemon is technically an anime. And that
yeah, no,
fucks with people.
no, technically about it. It is.
Yeah. And like so many people are just like, no. And I'm like, actually, it is. You're just dumb. Like, it it's one of those things where like we were exposed to anime so much as kids, and now that we're older, it's part of, we go back and we look at things with nostalgia and we look at things with rose colored glasses. And like we talked about the other day, there's a reason that they canceled the second season of the live action Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
People see, the original director and creator of Cowboy Bebop worked with them.
Mm-hmm.
He's an associate producer and a consultant on each of the episodes. He's an associate producer for one, but a consultant on all of them. They just incorporated the movie into it. And that's what pissed people off. It's not a cookie cutter of the same show that they grew up watching. And that's what pisses them off.
Yeah, but well, they're damned if they do. They're damned if they don't.
Right.
Um, my issue with it, as I said before, and I think this was partially why it wasn't what it could have been, because stylistically, it was so good.
Mm-hmm.
The choreography was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
The visuals were spot on, if not like, because it's not a movie, it's a TV show. It doesn't have the budget to like look great all the time, but the visuals were great. I love that like kind of neon soaked vibe they had going on that.
Yeah.
The problem for me, and I think subconsciously is why it failed, in so many areas it was horrifically miscast.
Yeah.
There were so many, but that is in any Western adaptation of stuff like that. That is always going to happen,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know if you've seen like and actually, Cowboy Bebop might be one of the rare examples where I would say watch the dub version. Every voice actor on that American dub of Cowboy Bebop does an
Oh my
absolutely
God.
great job.
Yes.
But the perfect anime voice actors are not. And excuse me if I'm being a little bit harsh here, but like, don't look like the kind of people that could act in that kind of show.
No.
So when, like, as I say, Vicious, he was the worst culprit.
Oh,
of being the wrong guy in that show.
yeah.
As a British person here, I understood that British people were scary in Star Wars. He was not a scary British guy in Cowboy Bebop.
No.
It looked like he went to Hogwarts.
The thing about him, and it's, they pulled so much of that story from the movie. And I
Not the
appreciate.
movie. Not the. He's not in the movie. Vicious.
Vicious isn't in the movie at all. That's right. I haven't watched it. It's been years.
Because they teased the movie at the end that Vincent Village
Mm-hmm.
with the butterflies.
That's right. Yep.
Don't worry, I'll edit that out.
So I get that they had to try to make a story for Vicious and a story for Julia. They had to. But god damn, how bad do you have to like like I'm
It was a reach. The whole thing was the biggest reach for me was the whole idea of Spike Spiegel. John chose Spike Spiegel, the sarcastic, lovable guy, would have ever been friends with that guy.
Right.
Like for something to work, it has to be believable.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, where that thing failed was there were too many elements where it wasn't believable.
Yep.
And they excelled at unbelievable stylized action and visuals, but never managed to get the believable heart of it correct.
Yeah.
And every for any piece of media to work, it has to have a sincere, believable heart to it.
Because one of the reasons that you loved Spike and you rooted for Spike and you hated how Spike's story went is because Spike was so lovable. Spike was so you could identify with Spike. And you can identify with him some, but the vulnerability that Spike shows in the anime does not match what's shown in the live action. And I'm not saying that he's not a phenomenal actor and that he didn't do a fantastic job. I just think that he probably that the writing just wasn't quite where it needed to be.
It almost seemed like it was oh well, we've not whitewashed him. And that was the bare minimum.
Right.
So we've not whitewashed him. That'll be enough.
And that's just not.
Because the one thing they got right was Jet.
Absolutely.
We have absolutely zero usable content now.
That I don't care. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Jet.
I'm cool.
Jet is a phenomenal character, and it's so funny. I was the kind of nerd that was just I completely see we totally match everybody that's in this group, and we were those kinds of nerds. My friends that were in, that we all did this with, and I always ended up being labeled as the Jet or the Spike of the group.
Right.
And I was always I was always just that one person that just yep, nope, that fits you. Cool. And I'm now that I'm an adult, I'm what does that say about me?
Do you know what's funny is he's saying that you had people saying that you're the Spike, the Jet of the group. Cowboy Bebop never made it to television here.
Oh, wow.
So you had to seek it out. And
Hmm.
so, like, when I was younger, because the way VHS used to work,
Mm-hmm.
I discovered things from the trailers at the beginning of the video. And that's how I found Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, wow.
So literally, I was the only one. None of my friends had ever seen it.
Wow. And
So it was like anime over here took so much. We had Dragon Ball Z,
mm-hmm.
and that was it.
Wow.
We had Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and they tried Tenchi Muyo for a season,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it.
Hmm.
So to find that, like, it was like my little secret was Cowboy Bebop. And I tried to show it to friends, and they just never gave it the time of day because, you know, by the time like I was into Cowboy Bebop, we were a little bit older and pretending we didn't like cartoons when we did.
Right.
But yeah,
Hmm.
I was like an outlier for liking that, which is why I told myself I was a Spike.
It's such a weird thing to sit and think about because it's like I look at myself now as an adult and I can definitely see some of the things in me that would make someone go, "No, you definitely carry a lot of the same character traits as a Spike or a Jet." Or, like I definitely see those things. I definitely understand where people were coming from now that I look back introspectively on myself. And it's like, I don't, like, damn. Why was I always like that? God damn. Because it was so weird.
I had the weirdest like moment. You know when people like compare you to a fictional character?
Mm-hmm.
So like in my life I never really had that until, and this is gonna sound stupid and it's gonna sound like I'm nail braining myself so hard.
Right.
But I never had anyone compare me to a fictional character until True Detective Series 1. And this is kind of a sad story, really, because I remember that came out and it was a big hit. You know, surely you remember.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember sitting with a friend, and we had a kind of thing because we really loved the show.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a thing where every Monday when like a new episode would come out, we'd watch the next episode. And I think it got to like episode 4 or 5, and it wasn't a long series, and my friend turned around to me and said, you know, Matthew McConaughey's character, Rust Cole. My friend turned around to me and said, "This guy is like you." And I was like, I remember having this moment where I was like, damn, like I need to fucking sort my life out. If like my friend is telling me that I'm like this guy, because I used to have horrible anxiety and be like really not nice to speak to a lot of the time. I would start going into, I just discovered like literature in many ways and like kind of literary criticism and things like that. And you know, times were dark at that time, and I remember I would go off into these philosophical rants. And because of my anxiety at the time, I used to check my pulse all the time, and people kind of noticed that I used to check my pulse all the time.
Oh, wow.
And there was a scene in True Detective where this guy went on a philosophical rant and got into a fight with someone over it and checked his pulse. And my friend turned round to me and said, "You are this guy. You realise that?"
Oh, wow.
And I was like, fuck. And that's actually what prompted me to go into therapy.
Wow. I know because there was a point in my life where I was going through a whole lot of shit, and I started getting compared to fictional characters that I didn't like. Whether they were stoic, whether they were bitchy, whatever it was about them, and I hated it. And now, as an adult, like, I definitely see where they're coming from, and I don't even know who I would be compared to anymore. Like, there's, I don't know if there's I know there's a comparison, but I don't know what a comparison would even be. Like,
Yeah.
for for who I am now, because so much has changed.
Well, here's the thing that I learned through that experience is the ideal situation to be in is to be someone that can't be boxed into being like a fictional character
You
in a
right?
TV show. It's to be someone that can only be compared to yourself.
Yeah.
And that's Ginger Talks.
Hey.
No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. We simply need to talk more on the basis that we've spoken about Tommy Wiseau and anime only, and there is literally nobody listening up to this point now.
I don't know about that. I think
Yeah,
a lot of that can be kept in, but
there's like 4 people right now going yes.
right.
And until I said that last line, they were like, "I'm now my girlfriend says I'm just like Ginger," and it's like, "Well, funny. My uncle says I'm like Druid." And then I'll go, don't be. Not that we're fictional characters, but I mean, like on this podcast, I mean, fucking hell, we may as well be.
Right. So, just like on every single episode of the podcast, we get questions. This time, because we don't have a guest, these are just questions for us. And I know we've got a couple because we threw it out to the communities last minute. But this one is less of a question and more something to, I think, discuss.
Which, by the way, I love that. Please give us stuff to discuss, not just when we say questions. It's such a loose. We don't mean you don't have to ask us a question like, "What's your favorite color?"
Right.
You can say, "What did you think about the plumbing disaster of 1998 in Minnesota?" We will talk about that.
Right. So this one comes from a newer community member, but valued all the same. He's a phenomenal dude. Real Andy DeSeal threw us a theory, a Home Alone theory, which is a holiday movie, that Kevin McAllister is actually John Kramer from the Saw series as a child.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I absolutely, because when you sit there and you fucking think about it, Kevin McAllister was creating booby traps and tricks and stuff for, he did it for 3 movies.
Right.
What the fuck makes you think that he's not going to turn into John Kramer and then just put people who aren't appreciating their lives in some of those booby traps?
I would love to think that Joe Pesci woke up and said, "Hey kid, you got potential." And then like Kevin McAllister was like a secret puppet master for all the like scenes where people got whacked in Goodfellas.
Right? Like,
and then somewhere along the line, Macaulay Culkin did enough blow to entirely suck in his cheeks and become that like wiry character that plays John in Saw. Tobin Bell, I believe, is his name. And then just go from being the live action Roadrunner to making a bath full of needles.
Right.
But like, is Kevin McAllister like? Is he Spartan enough to really like sit there in a pig mask for an hour and a half?
Right. I you know, I so my thought on it all is, are Kevin McAllister, John Kramer one and the same person? Is still just unbelievably pissed off that he got
Yeah, his mom forgot him.
so that's why he's throwing
Yeah.
his apprentices in needle pits and
Yeah, right. Let's be real. It's like the whole thing is a call for help because his parents fucking didn't notice he wasn't there. And like, have you ever been through airport security? Because fuck me, like you'd notice your son wasn't there.
right? It doesn't matter how busy the airport is. Like, you're gonna now, if you maybe weren't Catholic and wrapped it before you tapped it and stopped pumping out 12 million kids, like, come on. There's this thing called birth control. It's a convenient pill you take one a day.
Yeah, well, Kevin McAllister, the pill baby, they didn't want. Yeah. His saw mask was actually made out of hormone balancing drugs. Also, but like, what's with the saw mask? Like, it's like a terrible take on fucking tribal tattoos.
The spiral mask or the Billy the Puppet mask?
Oh, I don't know the fucking difference. The one with the fucking circles on its cheeks.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Billy the
Yeah.
Puppet.
Billy.
Yeah. His name is Billy.
All right. I can believe that's made by a child whose parents didn't love him. Oh, by the way, funnily enough, it's that I mentioned Goodfellas because Tobin Bell, who played Jigsaw, he is in Goodfellas in a cameo in which he has no dialogue, but he plays like a random cop that like busts the cocaine business that the main character has.
Yeah.
So maybe Kevin had like a little spell on the force,
I mean,
looking for lost kids, and then when he couldn't find any, he turned to the worst form of murder.
oh my god.
Like, so elaborate. By the way, potential jigsaws at home, listening to Static X doesn't mean that you're allowed to kill people.
I may or may not have listened to Static X at one point.
You know, those riffs really make your hair stand on end.
It's something. I get the joke. I hate it.
Yeah, you got the joke.
I just glossed over it. I'm sorry.
I know. Yeah, well, there was a second there where I was like, "Oh, she didn't get it."
Oh no, I got it.
You said you listened to Static X, but you don't get it.
Yeah.
Rest in power, Wayne Static. Thank you for allowing Kevin McAllister to become a deranged murderer.
So I
Kevin,
mean,
he's a little bit too cute.
So I saw the first Home Alone quite a few times, but Home Alone 2 was the jam in my household.
Right.
And I think that's probably why I wanted to move to New York City when I was like 17, 18.
It's a hell of a town.
Like, that's probably what it was. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I want to get lost like Kevin McAllister, right?
Like, because I watched that movie so much growing up. But
Do you know, never really gave a fuck about them. Not that they weren't big here or anything, but like, I think when I was a kid, Home Alone 3 was coming out, and that
yeah,
one just looked like dog shit.
it wasn't great.
It wasn't Kevin McAllister. It was the guy he had like a bowl cut,
Yeah.
and I found that offensive. I remember I always wanted to watch Home Alone,
So
but never really did. Wish I did, just so I could get introduced to Joe Pesci,
right.
because that guy's a fucking powerhouse.
So OG Home Alone came out in 90. Home Alone 2 came out in 92. Home Alone 2, I'm technically older than Home Alone 2, but not by much. Oh god. But
Oh,
Home
God.
Alone 3 came out in 97.
And also may as well like have had a talking fucking dog in it.
Alex D. Linz was the kid who played
Yeah.
the main. But
Yeah, he went from that to being a corpse in CSI Miami.
the only name there's two names and faces out of all of this that I actively recognize. Scarlett Johansson was in it, and Neil
What?
Flynn.
What?
Scarlett Johansson played Molly Pruitt. She looks like... Oh, she's an older sister of the little shit.
You trying to break in? What? Yeah. What? So have we got a theory that she's Jigsaw's helper now?
I mean,
what's
maybe.
that woman? The woman that gets with Jigsaw like helps him out.
Amanda.
Amanda, that's her name.
Yeah. So
Amanda hug and kiss.
She's something. She's fucking insane. And the kid who was in Home Alone 3 was in The Cable Guy.
Underrated movie.
Touched by an Angel, Titan AE. He was in an episode of ER. He was in a Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald Birthday World short.
Yeah, and Joaquin Phoenix won an Oscar for that.
He stopped.
Portrayal.
It looks like he stopped acting in 2007.
Yeah, Godspeed now. He's probably a lawyer.
He was on The Amazing Race. And he was a contestant on The Amazing Race.
Yeah. Thanks, kid. That is if he didn't get to the final, he's not worthy of Home Alone, and he's not worthy of Tobin Bell. He's worthy to be on Tobin Bell's slab, as he emotion without emotion stares down at him, and cuts his hair into a bowl cut. And puts him in dungarees and says, it was not the superior movie. I'm Kevin McAllister. Here's Amanda. Please pretend she's not Scarlett Johansson, your older sister.
Right.
My name's Kevin McAllister. Oh, no, it's Tobin Bell.
Yes.
You might recognize me from such movies as Goodfellas. where I stopped the coke deal.
Oh my god!
Literally nobody remembers that guy in that role. The fact that I do showcases that someone's been putting Ritalin in my food for the last 20 years.
Oh shit!
And also, what kind of name is Tobin?
I don't know.
Here's the proof, is that Tobin is a made-up name, therefore a name changed by deed poll on the government to Tobin. Because his name isn't Tobin Maguire. It's Toby Maguire.
Yeah.
Tobin Bell is the only Tobin I've ever heard of. Sounds like a psychopath to me. especially one that ramrodded Joe Pesci in his middle-aged years as he wore a beanie and forgot the shame of being tarred and feathered on a preteen's front lawn.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's just absolutely. I like the thought that
You like the Kevin McAllister theory?
I do like that theory. What about you?
Well, as someone that isn't that familiar, like I've had to be honest. I love the question. I think it's a great question. But I suppose like I've got a fireback question for you that would really cement what I think about the theory would be: is there a particular trap in the first two Home Alone films that really solidifies for you that guy would be able to engineer a jigsaw trap?
You know, any of the big trap sequences towards the end of the films, it just plays into it because looking at, so I may or may not know a little too much about the jigsaw trap, like the different kinds of traps and games that he does, because I may during the holidays have listened to a lot of synopsis about them while I was packing and building my desk and stuff. It's fine, it's not an addiction.
Yeah. Side note: Ginger Snaps is Amanda from the fucking Saw franchise.
No,
I may or may not have fucking cut that guy's leg off in the bathtub.
no, but
Yeah, that's what she would say.
no,
No, it's not me. No.
no.
Yeah, I'm not Amanda from Saw. I'm Amanda Bynes.
Fuck, I think she's probably crazier than Saw Amanda.
Yeah. Well, the only thing Amanda Bynes has managed to trap is her own career.
Fucking truth.
Sorry, Amanda Bynes. I know you're listening.
Get some help, honey.
Yeah.
But so
Why don't you talk to Brittany's lawyer? Okay.
oh, fuck. So it's one of those things. That like the complexity of the traps and stuff and the complexity of the games that Jigsaw would put together, like that's what makes me say absolutely, because as he gets older, as he gets smarter, like the complexity and the you done fucked yourself, kid, because you didn't listen to the simple rules. Kevin McAllister said, leave me alone. Get away from my house. Get away from me. Simple rules, simple requests.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, you don't know about the simple rules. By the way, there's 8 simple rules. I'm not dating my teenage daughter.
Yep.
Was there like a twinkle in his eye that made you think, like, I don't know who the other fucking guy is. I only know Joe Pesci. There's 2 of them, right?
Yeah. So you've got.
Is there a spark in Kevin McAllister's eye that says, like, after the whole ordeal is done and they're arrested, and he looks Joe Pesci in the eye and he goes, like, by the way, that guy you're trying to get into my house with, that's your son.
Daniel Stern plays Marv.
Yeah, sounds like Joe Pesci's son to me.
I think
Yo, my son Daniel Stern.
I think there's there's a little bit of a stretch, but I like that theory.
I like it. I do like it. I want to believe the X-Files quote. There was. Did you see that thing that Macaulay Culkin filmed in his older years? Well, more recently, I should say. He's not old, but in his later years, where he played Kevin McAllister again, and he had his long hair and everything, and he played a cab driver,
No.
and he was super creepy with the guy that came into the back of his cab.
Oh
So
God.
that's out there, and I suppose maybe that's the strongest case that I could make.
You know, Macaulay Culkin is one of those guys that's just he's so weird to me. Like I remember when uh everybody was going on about him potentially being the Joker in Suicide Squad.
Right, which would have probably been better than Leo.
Absolutely. I was like fucking stoked. I was like, yes, please, for the love of God. And then it was
Mm.
Jared Leto, and he's a fucking wild one.
So I'm about to drop the biggest bomb on this conversation that you could imagine, and probably a curveball that you were never expecting.
Do it.
I've met Macaulay Culkin.
Have you?
Uh-huh.
I
The situation is not that normal. So you might remember, are you familiar with the band The Velvet Underground?
Yes.
Famously, the first CD I ever bought for myself was The Velvet Underground.
Oh.
Yeah. But a few years ago, Macaulay Culkin did a Velvet Underground tribute band
What?
where they changed all the lyrics to being about pizza,
What?
and they called it the Pizza Underground.
Oh my God.
So they went on a world tour, and a friend of mine was in a band and they needed someone to fill in on guitar. And basically, that band that I filled in for on guitar for like 2 shows, the second show we played was opening for Macaulay Culkin's Velvet Underground pizza-based tribute band, The Pizza Underground.
Oh my God.
And it was there that I met Macaulay Culkin backstage.
Holy shit.
Normal dude.
See, I feel like
I'm
he's
so
either
sorry, everyone.
I feel
Normal
like
dude.
he's either super eccentric and like just super fucking kind of weird and out there, but still a chill dude, or he's just like, hey, what's up? You want a beer? Like, just chill as fuck.
So they were giving out free pizza.
That's fantastic.
But yeah. Shook his hand.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and he was married to Rachel Minier, who recently has been this like big activist. But she was in like The Black Dahlia, Guiding Light. She was in the third Butterfly Effect movie. But she was also in like
What, the third?
yeah, there's 3 of them.
Get
But she was also in Sons of Anarchy, and she had a recurring guest spot on Supernatural, which is
It
but
all becomes clear.
but like I forgot that McCulkin and Rachel Minier were married.
Yeah.
Like just fucking like blows me away.
I think the thing with him, right, is that he, at one point in his life, went super off the rails on drugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like when I say super, like not like, people that you know are in the gutter and need help. I think he was just like got too into party drugs and got a bit fucking off the rails.
Mm-hmm.
And he came out of that, and he seems like genuinely like a really nice guy. And you can see that, like, I don't know if you're familiar with the Angry Video Game Nerd.
I am familiar. Haven't watched in a long time.
Yeah, so it's like really, if we're gonna like, go back and talk about internet culture, everyone that has a YouTube that talks about video games, like in that style, owes so much to the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like the first of these guys that kind of plays games, and then you see his face on the camera, he talks about it and gives you the history of it.
Right.
But not big in mainstream culture. But like recently, just as a fan, as a favor, Macaulay Culkin just went and appeared on his show
Yeah.
because he liked it, and I think it's just like speaks to his character. He went on Red Letter Media.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like well tuned in. He's not above his station, just like a down to earth guy. And when I met him, same deal. He just went like, hey, are you like playing with us tonight? And it was just like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I'll come and watch you. Like looking forward to it. It wasn't my band. It was someone I was filling in for, and quite frankly, not that good. Wasn't too into it, but that's what I'll take away from doing that is meeting him. And it looks nothing like Tobin Bell, and I left with my life intact. But then again, he's Macaulay Culkin, not Kevin McAllister.
Right. Well,
He's left Kevin behind, and I could believe that Kevin would murder someone.
yes.
Could I believe that Macaulay would murder someone? Yes, because have you seen the state of his when he tries to grow a mustache?
Oh, it's so bad.
If I had that shit going on as well, I would probably like hide a cop's son in Egyptian tomb, guarded by possibly infected needles.
Well, and like, so it's almost guaranteed that we will spiral. I'll spiral down an IMDb hole when we're recording the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reading his bio on IMDb. And like, it's just insane. Like, he's a World of Warcraft player.
Yeah. So he had this whole internet, like, it was like a website for like streaming and like YouTube content and that. I think it was called like Bunny Ears. I want to say Bunny something. Like he's in tune with all that.
Mm-hmm. Well, and so he got married to Rachel Minier shortly before his 18th birthday. In the United States, marriage before the age of 18 was legal only with parents' permission. Like,
and we all know those marriages work out,
right? But like, I remember seeing him in Richie Rich when I was a kid.
Was he in that movie Blank Check?
No, he was not in Blank Check. He was in.
Who the fuck was in Blank Check?
I don't know, but I loved that movie too. My neighbor had it.
It's like a soft reboot of Richie Rich.
Mm-hmm. So the kid in Blank Check was Brian Bonsall.
Who the fuck is that?
And
FYI, people listening at home, Brian Bonsall is Jigsaw.
so he was in This kid was in Family Ties. He was in Shades of LA. He was in Star Trek The Next Generation.
Yeah, what a goat show, by the way.
He didn't act. So he was in a TV movie in 1994 and then didn't do anything as an actor until 2018 when he was in a short. And now there's a movie being filmed called You're Melting that he is in.
Right. Your career is melting.
Like,
By the way, guys, Jigsaw confirmed. I mean, I said it once, I'll say it again. 100% Jigsaw all day long. Does anything say Jigsaw more than I could have been Kevin McAllister
he has
rather than I was?
He has a band camp linked. The kid who was in Blank Check has a band camp, and I just sent it to you.
Oh my god! Wait. So people listening at home, I'm going to sing along now. This band camp, and it goes a little something like this: days are getting weary, and the dog begins. No.
His MySpace is still linked. Tell me it still exists. It.
Yeah. It's like, listen to my music. By the way, I was in Blank Check.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm on Cameo. What?
Oh no. Blank Check.
Oh my god.
What's the premise of Blank Check is that he's riding his bicycle and he gets hit by a career criminal and he writes him a check and then he takes all their money.
Uh-huh.
And then they come after him.
Yep.
I can't remember what happens after that.
Hey, so he writes the check for $1 million and then gets the money.
Sick.
Oh my god, dude.
If only the actor got the check for $1 million, because apparently now he's asking us to buy his music on Bandcamp Friday when they lift the percentage that goes to the corporation.
Holy shit. This is so good. I am so happy that we found it.
This hasn't come through to me yet.
I sent it in the resources.
That'll be why. Okay.
Oh, I'm so happy that we went down this road.
Brian, by the way, never heard the surname Bonsall.
Right?
Sunset Silhouette. By the way, people that can't see this, the artwork is just fucking awful.
Yeah.
They downloaded like a default font. They have a song called Low Job.
It looks like Dashboard, like the same font that like Dashboard Confessional and all those guys used.
Yeah. Oh my god, the artwork is so bad. It's a suburban home.
Yeah.
And here comes Brian Rowe. So for people listening at home, this sounds like Sugar We're Going Down Swimming. Swimming. Sugar We're Going Down Swinging. If it was made by a diabetic.
They have actual music videos.
Oh, no.
Last updated February of this year.
So he's still going with this.
He is.
I've got a theory.
Oh?
Jigsaw. Haley Joel Osment.
Oh, God.
I see dead people. He's like, I want to see dead people. Like, Bruce Willis's like spirit is like, spoiler alert, by the way, Bruce Willis was a ghost. And with all of Bruce Willis's acting range, he just like smiled and nodded and like winked and went, "Hey, I got you, kid. Keep killing him, keep killing him, kid." And he'd go on the walkie-talkie, "Hey Al, I'm still in that Die Hard building." And I was like, "You left that 20 years ago, Bruce." Hey,
Oh my God.
part of me is always there. My feet are bleeding.
Jungle to Jungle.
Jungle to Jungle
Yes.
with Tim Allen.
Yes.
So,
IMDb hole. I found one.
you know the history of Tim Allen, right?
Apparently Tim Allen's a giant douche canoe.
No. Before he was famous, Tim Allen was arrested for being a major coke dealer.
I'm not surprised by that at all.
Turns out Lightyear wasn't the only buzz in town. Jungle to Jungle is shit.
Oh God. I just happened to see, like, it was on the list. Like, this is just insane to me.
Jungle to Jungle is shit. I hate that tribal kid, man.
I haven't watched that movie in so long.
Do you want to know, like, problematic to the extreme? But did you ever see the movie that had a similar premise, right? That was 10 times more problematic, called Krippendorf's Tribe.
No.
So the premise of Krippendorf's Tribe is that there's this guy that used to be an anthropologist that was like a college professor that specialized in like tribe culture. And his career is like floundering. His like wife has died. And people are pressuring him to come up with a new paper, but he hasn't done anything. So what he does is he puts his kids in his garden in blackface.
Oh.
And shoots home movies on his like camera and pretends he's discovered a tribe in Papua New Guinea.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And to make it even worse, there's a woman that absolutely loves the research he's doing, and he uses the false research to get her to come to his house. And because the people at the university want to know the mating ritual of this tribe that he's made up, he sleeps with this woman after putting himself and her in blackface.
Ooh.
And pretending that he's recreating the tribe's mating ritual, and secretly films it and then releases it on academic journal channels.
Wow.
And he's the protagonist that we're meant to root for.
God damn.
So fuck you, Jungle to Jungle. You think you're dangerous?
Yeah.
Krippendorf's Tribe, possibly one of the worst and most disgustingly heinous movies in existence. If you can hear my voice, get it cancelled.
So, just the trivia about him. On May 24th, 1997, he's arrested in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan for drunk driving. Spent 28 months in jail after being arrested for attempted drug dealing in 1978. Like...
And 1994?
God damn.
Toy Spaceman.
Right?
Beloved Toy Spaceman Buzz Lightyear.
See, Toy Story is what kept him employed for many
Mm.
years.
Do you think when he dealt cocaine to people in the 70s, he used to say to infinity and beyond?
God, I hope so.
Yeah. He's not overdosing, he's just falling with style.
Right.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, but back when he had like handlebar mustache.
So, Jungle to Jungle was one of his first real big movies outside of the Santa Claus. He's credited on the show called Tropical Snow, where he plays a baggage handler. ABC,
He
TGIF, Tim
he used-
Taylor.
on home, but he used to be a baggage handler selling tropical snow.
Right?
So the irony is not lost on me.
Right?
And then he moved on to being Tim the Toolman Dealer.
So, TGIF didn't have, like, that was they did one season of ABC's TGIF, and then they started doing spin-offs, I think. Yeah, so 2 years later, they started doing spin-offs. But he went from Tropical Snow, ABC's TGIF, to the Santa Claus movie, to Toy Story, to an uncredited cameo as, it looks like, himself on the Drew Carey Show. Meet Wally Sparks, then Jungle to Jungle. And then Home Improvement.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
This is insane. Oh no, Home Improvement technically came before the Santa Claus, but is still, like, Toy Story, after the Santa Claus series ended, Wild Hogs came out, and then Toy Story kept him afloat.
The film, I always thought that his best moment was Galaxy Quest.
See, I never saw Galaxy Quest.
So it was good. Like, I'd say watch it now. You'd probably think it was dog shit. When you're like 6 years old, it's hilarious.
Right.
Tim the Toolman Dealer. It's starting to make sense that you never got to see his neighbor's face. The guy looking over like, "Hey man, you got a bag?"
Right. I mean,
yeah, I'll fix that up for you. Like, he's like, his front is that he pretends to fix doors on TV, and that's enough to have that house.
Right. Well, I grew up watching fucking Home Improvement.
Yeah, I used to love it. And
Like,
but here's the thing, it really showcases when you're of a certain age, because I used to love watching Home Improvement, and it was like sold as a comedy show.
Right.
Did I laugh once?
Probably not.
No.
Cynical ass bastard.
Yeah, I'm like, here's Al, my friend with a beard, who is like better than me, but he's not. And I never laughed at it. Why did I like it? I used to. This is why kids are fucking stupid.
Well, and
because I'm like, this is a good show, and I would say, like, I used to love Home Improvement. It was trying to make me laugh, and I didn't laugh. It was like, man, my parents loved me. So why did I require the comfort of an ex-con drug dealer living a good life with his family while his neighbor peered over the fence?
I don't know, dude. Like,
why did I need that? Why didn't I laugh at it? It's like retroactively making me so mad.
Right.
It's like King of Queens.
Oh my god.
All over again.
I never
laughed at it. Why did I watch it? I never once, not even a titter, not even a small giggle. Did I just think Kevin James looked friendly? Did I just recognise the UPS van?
Probably.
Did I respect that Leah Remini managed to depart herself from the all-encompassing grasp of the cult of Scientology? No.
Oh.
It wasn't funny. Why did I like it? It wasn't funny.
I don't know, dude.
I just it was like a comfort blanket. Right? It's like, apparently that's why I couldn't sleep at night, so I needed home improvement.
God damn it.
To drill in the screws to open my door to a quiet and mediocre sleep.
Oh, shit.
So that's that question.
Yeah, we went off on huge tangents. Andy, see what you did. No, Andy, thank you so much for that question. That long story short, yes, we support your theory.
I think after everything I said, that it seems that I'm Jigsaw,
right.
motivated purely by home improvement. So you get that, you're in a trap and you get like, by the way, Barry, did you like Home Improvement? And you're like, yeah, it was a good show. And I'm like, it wasn't funny, Barry. Prepare to die in an elaborate way. I'm Tobin Bell. You might recognize me from Goodfellas.
God damn it.
Well, yes, we do have another question.
Yes, we have another question.
Oh, funny that. Yeah, let me just go and check in my magic question bag. We've got Brett96 asks, what happened to all the worms? I haven't seen one in fucking ages.
What happened to all the worms? I haven't seen one in fucking ages.
Yep. Literally the question.
Well,
What do you say to that? When's the last time you saw a worm?
probably a couple weeks ago. After the big storm that we had last week.
Yeah, I bet they were flying through the fucking air.
There was a tornado about 20 miles from me.
Yeah. There was one on your window.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there was one very, very close. But no, I went out the next day before it got too cold, and there were worms. There were worms crawling around. So I don't know where the fuck y'all's worms are, but
Oh yeah, that British ground, just not as arable as that. Also, remind me to edit in an applause sound. A correct use of the word arable.
Oh.
Arable land. Workable land.
Oh, shit.
Iowa. Last time I saw a worm was when I saw Denis Villeneuve's Dune.
God damn it. I had a feeling we would somehow get to Dune. I just didn't know how.
That was the last time I saw a worm. I also just went to the bathroom. I saw a worm there as well.
God damn it. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Did you know that worms have different color blood to us?
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Let me just double check. I want to say it's green.
I wonder what color it oxidizes to. I know that's a weird statement, but...
Oh, no, it says red here when I Google it. Why do worms have green blood? Oh, so when oxygen hits worm blood.
Haha.
So red in their bodies, green outside. This was all from an educational film I saw at elementary school. And it was like it was all about sex, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they taught us about sex. Elementary. They said octopus have blue blood,
Yeah.
and then after saying worms have green blood, octopus have blue blood in this sex education film, they said then when the man has appropriate stimuli, all the blood goes to his penis.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. Um, it was a weird film, actually. I remember it really vividly, as you would.
Oh, right.
I must have been like 10 years old, almost 11, and they showed us this film, and it was all about human reproduction, basically, where they told us about the birds and the bees,
Yeah.
and to showcase the changes that happen in your body during puberty, they had a family that went to the beach and set up a net to play tennis, and then they proceeded to play tennis in the nude, parents and children, and that's how they decided to showcase the differences between an adult body and a child's body to us.
I wish you could see the look on my face right now.
Why? What?
It's confusion mostly. Not really shock, but just lots of confusion.
Well, it seems kind of like wrong that they would have like the footage of the kids.
Yeah.
But I remember it like really vividly, like seared, like as something like that would be seared into your brain.
Yeah.
Uh, no worms in that footage. I'm sorry, Brett96. Just a whole lot of more questions than answers.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. That's weird. And having not gone outside on a regular basis, like walking through like yards and grass and stuff, I didn't really think about it until I was like, oh shit, there's a worm. Hello, worm.
Yeah.
You're gonna freeze to death.
So, as a kid, when you're like playing in the back garden, you see worms quite frequently.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just like assume they exist.
Yeah.
Thank you for chewing up the ecosystem worms.
Right?
Our silent heroes.
Well, and you know that our blood is a bluish purple until oxygen hits it, right?
Well, that's why veins are blue, right?
Yeah.
And then it gets oxidized in the heart and becomes red.
So as soon as any oxygen hits it, it goes red. But some people their veins look a little bit more green because they don't care for their bodies correctly.
Because they've succumbed to Reese fans in The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and have become lizard people.
Yes. But yeah, like it throws people all the time when I'm like, did you know your blood's actually blue until oxygen hits it? And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, look down at your arm. Do you not see your veins? Oh, shit.
So that's the primary reason that veins are blue and arteries are red, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they go to the heart, they become oxygenated, and then they pump through the arteries, and then it's red.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Not really answering the worm question.
No, but I had to throw that fun fact in there because my favorite thing to do is to find people who are heavily under the influence of the herbal substances, aka high as fuck, and just be like, hey, did you know that your blood is blue until oxygen hits it? and then just watch them freak the fuck out.
Whoa. Oh my God.
Pretty much.
Everything I know is a lie. I've got blue blood running through my veins like a fountain pen. Damn. Guess with that blue blood I can write my own Bill of Rights.
God damn it.
And say, with absolute sincerity, absolute cause, that definitively I'm throwing the accusation out there that Kevin McAllister is in fact out-of-work actor Tobin Bell and hasn't killed a single man in his life, but merely pretends to for a paycheck. A fat paycheck with many sequels and a poor Netflix dub at the end. And that's how I choose to celebrate Christmas. Alone.
I mean,
Weighing up the facts that my life was a lie. Because my daddy left me on a deserted island with a load of tribal folk. Because he was a drug dealer in the 1970s by the name of Tim Allen.
God damn it.
And then Hollywood decided to make a Hallmark-style movie about my life by the name of Jungle to Jungle.
God damn it. Oh, shit. Well, Druid, my friend.
The time has come again.
The time has come again, but first and foremost, I wish you and our listeners the happiest of holidays, merriest of Christmases, whatever it is that you celebrate, and or if you don't celebrate, I hope you have just a fabulous fucking day.
Yeah, get and take.
Yeah.
Okay. Enjoy the fact that nobody's out on your street.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter.
Yep. And just take some time for you. My closing of all of my streams is, be good to yourself and be good to others. And there's a lot of people who have a hard time this time of year, and I used to be one of them. And in fact, I still am to a fair extent. So just keep your heads up, and have a good holiday, and thank you so much for hanging out with us on this wild ride.
Yeah. More to come in the future. And just as a small extension of what Ginger just said, if you know someone that's alone this holiday, maybe they don't celebrate, maybe they're away from family, whatever's going on, maybe this time is the time that you reach out to that person.
Mm-hmm.
It's a time where there's so much pressure on being together, and not everyone can be together with the people they love and respect. And you could be that person that makes all the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Completely lost my train of thought. Watch Jungle to Jungle.
No, just this time of year is hard for a lot of people. So make sure you're reaching out to folks who if you talk to them every day, or if you talk to them once a year, reach out to those folks and just a simple message, because I know when I'm having a really hard time, even if I don't want to talk, looking and seeing that I got a message from someone means more than, I thought about messaging you, but I didn't want to bother you. No, just fucking send the message. Just send the damn message.
That's so true. Like, I don't want to message you if you're busy. Is never in anyone's like playbook. They show the people that mean a lot to you that they mean a lot to you, because it's like so important.
As someone who's really bad at keeping up communication, like insanely bad at keeping up communication, like I think about people a lot, and I know I need to get better at just sending them a message. It's something I'm really bad at, and I'm working on improving, but I've now gotten to the point where it's just like, I'm thinking about this person. I'm just going to send them a fucking message.
Mm-hmm.
And I do it, and I end up feeling better that I've done it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So just...
well, for the last time of the year, can I ask you, because you usually ask this to our guests, and I know I've got nothing to sell. Ginger, you got something you want to plug?
The Twitch channel, GingerSnap67, the charity, which if you go on tiltify.com and you look for Clapping Cancer's Cheeks, you can find it, or you can find it on my Twitch channel. And I've started uploading to my YouTube channel. So I'm hoping to keep making content, keep doing good stuff, do some updates to some merch, and doing all sorts of things. Things never stop. So and stay tuned here, because we'll be back for season 2. You guys can't get rid of us that easily.
Yeah. Believe it or not, there will be more.
Yes. So, no, I appreciate everyone who's given this podcast a listen, from the very first episode to now these holiday specials, and just keep an eye out, because there's always something going on, always something cool. So, thank you, Druid.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll talk to you guys next time. Have a happy holiday and a fabulous new year, and I guess we'll see you guys in the new year.
Au revoir.
All right, bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. That probably haunts you.
Yeah, the Dracula goodbye.
Right.